shit. Wrong video. What is up, everybody? Welcome back, welcome back, all. Tackle Co-op, episode number 2. My name's Chad Brock. We don't know what in the heck I'm even doing here. To my other side, next to me up here, this is Brian, the railroad chum daddy. He once set the hook so hard he crossed the fish's eyes, and it swam in circles for 3 days. Down at the bottom, we've got Marcus, the tree rat Grubbs. He once climbed a tree so high he could see fish bedding in 4 different states. Gentlemen, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Couldn't be better.
Well, you know, I nailed the intro that time. I got it good.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's much improved for our 2 listeners. My mom, Marcus's mom. That's all we got. But we're here.
Yes.
We're here and we're ready to go. Oh, boys, how's it been?
Cold.
As far as the holidays, were the holidays good to you? Is the new year treating you well?
Yeah, I can't complain. Kids are all here. You know, did all the family dinners and all that stuff, and it was good.
Yeah,
Nice.
So far so good, man. It's starting off all right.
Well, kids, we've got a little bit of a different episode tonight, and the old title says a lot, but it doesn't say anything at all. So, with that being said, we'll just dive down into this thing. Kayak fishing. Has kayak fishing reached its capacity? Now that could mean a few different things, but I think, we're going to lead off with this one. Boats. Have boats reached their maximum capacity? So this conversation started between Brian and I. I don't know if Marcus was in on this or not, but an individual posted a photo the other day, and no names will be mentioned because we're not calling the guy out. It's not about that. It's about the kayak and the situation at hand. This kayak it's one of the bigger kayaks on the market. One of the ones that's a 500-pound rating, plus or minus. And you look down on the floor, he's got a fish, snapping his photo. There's water all over the floor. Now, this boat has a 500-pound rating, certified 500-pound rating. Been in it, used it a ton. And, it kind of makes you wonder. Like, I know this guy's got motors. He's got all kinds of gadgets and gizmos. He's running around with probably 2 different batteries, fish finder, all the tackle you could ever want. Can these kayaks get, any bigger? Is 500 pounds, kind of seems 700 is squeamish. Are we there? Is 500 pounds going to be it for this size of boat?
I can't imagine it getting much bigger. What's that PA-14? It's
really PA-14. The one I used to have was like 650, something like that. And that
I can't imagine it getting much bigger than that and still like being maneuverable and like able to fish off of and stuff.
And that goes back to also what are companies going to market as a kayak?
Yeah, plastic, I guess.
Yeah.
Those palm prowlers are plastic and they're not kayaks.
Yep. You take something like a Blue Sky. Is it really a kayak?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's somewhere in between for sure.
Definitely somewhere in between. It's interesting because if you go longer and wider, you lose that ability to paddle.
Right.
And technically, a kayak by name should be able to be paddled, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, in my opinion, yes.
Yeah, definitely.
My opinion don't matter much, but like I've said before, that I come from that traditional background where it's canoe and kayak and you paddle. To me, a technological advancement was pedal drive. Now we're stacking motors and jet drives on kayaks now. Who would ever thought we'd see a jet drive on a kayak? But they're out there.
Oh yeah, and that's going to be probably one of the hot new things of summer is
Mhm.
those, start hitting the market a little bit more predominantly. I think is those jet drives. So that'll be interesting to see. But when you look at a boat that's 13, pushing 14 foot, and 36 inches to 40 inches wide. I mean,
Hmm.
inches wide. Oh, at 36 plus is it's hard to reach around it and paddle. And I think at a certain point, you start losing maybe that ability to maneuver if you need to. I mean, because let's
Yeah.
face it, pedal drives fail, motors fail,
Yeah, I
batteries.
mean, we've seen motors fail. I mean,
Oh
just
yeah.
in this last year, guys,
Hmm.
batteries running dead, especially when you start running live scopes and all your electronics and lights and everything else off of one or two battery. Even you can have the best batteries in the world, and they're still, if you don't take care of them, they're going to run down. Then you're stuck.
So, do you think that when we talk about capacity, 500 to 700 pounds, 700 pounds to me feels overloaded. Um, and to speak on that before we dive into the question, I think when you start to see water up to the scuppers, you've already you've lost any integrity in your boat at that point, wouldn't you say?
It gets a little sketchy for sure. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. I mean, especially you see companies, and again, I'm not going to name companies, but you see two-piece boats basically. Whether roto motored or him together, as I like to call it, and there's a breaking point there somewhere. And
Mhm.
it's usually in the seams somewhere. And most of the boats I've seen that are two-piece boats, that there's a seam inside those scupper holes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, and one of the companies that recently just lost a new boat, I thought one of the things that they said was interesting was they had a performance capacity and then a beyond performance capacity, which was very interesting to see a company come to the table with something like that. Put scupper plugs in it, and then all of a sudden you've got just a shape you can get by.
right.
Yeah.
That's always bothered me though when we're plugging scupper holes with the spongy golf balls and stuff like that. It's like
Yeah.
That's
they're
dangerous.
they're
I've
made for
never.
a reason to drain. You know,
Yeah, I've never used a scupper plug
yeah, me
ever.
neither.
Uh, it's I think once you pass performance capacity, I mean, you're really in a dangerous zone to
Oh,
me.
no doubt.
Yeah.
And then that goes back to like our last episode when I was talking about we had the COVID boom and everybody buying the cheaper brand of boats just to get out on the water. People were never, I don't want to say trained or shown, but how to get through stuff like that. Like, hey, is my boat overloaded? Like, it says I can put 700 pounds on it, so I'm going to put 700 pounds on it. You
And they
know,
will.
Yeah.
and they will. They will.
Yep. It don't take much to start reaching those limits.
Well, you think about most dudes, except for Marcus because he's athletic,
Athletic.
um, two
Dude,
250 pounds
I was
more.
blessed.
You were blessed. Uh, 250 pounds. Then you throw on a back, couple batteries, trolling motor. You're 300, pushing over 320. I mean, it doesn't take much, especially if your boat's not balanced. You're not spreading that weight throughout. A lot of these guys are throwing everything in the back. Um, and then you've got boats riding, nose high through the water, and that's cool. Whatever you want to do, but
And then you take
spreading.
on top of that, you take the I can't remember who makes it. I want to say maybe Native or one of those brands like that. They come out with that new swivel seat, a 360 swivel seat that
Mhm.
sets up even higher. So now you've raised that center of gravity up higher. So now you've got more of this, even though you're going with a wider boat, you still now raise that center of gravity up. just for that option. But,
You know, that's something people don't talk about a lot. Like these boats, when they're designed, I think there is a center of gravity that's in the design,
right.
you know? And once you start elevating that, sorry, I get a neck spasm or a little injury from earlier this week. Uh, uh, so when you start raising that weight higher and higher in that boat, that integrity's gone too. You know, it changes the way the boats feel for sure. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
it's no different than if you take like the boat that you've got, Brian, that's, you know,
Mhm.
31, 32 inches wide. Once you put that boat into the high seat, that changes the dynamic on that boat tremendously.
Yeah,
Um,
I will never put it in the high position. Even the older boats, and you take the old boat like I used to have the big tuna. You know, when I had that boat, when you went from two position to one position with the seats, you had to get that seat just right to get that center of gravity on that boat.
mhm.
And if you had it in the wrong place, you know, you were riding bow up or bow down, depending on how much weight you put in it.
That's a little bit scary. I
Hmm.
mean, when you think about it, I mean, you've got two really big factors at hand there that you're looking at. I think that I don't think that that ever crosses people's mind.
No, no. And then you get out on big water, you know, like say Kentucky Lake, and a storm blow up, and you got 3 foot rollers, and you're out fishing the ledge, and you're like, oh no, you know, here's everything going.
So let's see here. I'm running down this list just a little bit. Um, so boats being unsafe, I think that that draws other conclusions maybe to the future. And I think this is loaded because I've got so many things swimming in my head. But when you look at overloaded boats, some of the things that are going on, and then some of the voices that are also starting to go, well, maybe this needs to look different. When you talk about these fishing tournaments and the idea of scaling back and putting people in boats that are not overweight and that are adapted to the performance rating that they're supposed to have, do you guys think that maybe there's something like an NPFL type fishing tournament that could happen where it's, you know, the NPFL obviously is no live scope, but you know, this version of fishing would be non-motorized. Do we go back? Do you think there's a need to go back?
Go ahead, Marcus.
Lay it
Shoot.
on.
I think if somebody did it, I'd fish it, but I don't know how other people would feel. You know, I don't know if there's like a void that's not being filled in that department or anything, like for sure. But maybe there are people that want to do that. I don't care either way. Personally, I'll fish with or without. Um, but if somebody did it, I would definitely fish it and have just as much fun.
I think my personal opinion is I think it could go over.
Yeah.
There is people that in there's voices out there that are, you know, starting to echo from afar that, you know,
No.
maybe it's time to do something like that and just see what it looks like, see who shows up and have a
Yeah.
good time. I mean,
Yeah. No.
Di dial it
I
back
think
down
there's
a little
room
bit.
for both. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
there's
do too.
maybe room
Right.
for both.
Yeah.
There is. I mean, there's enough people out there wanting to do it and doing it
Yeah.
that there is room for both. I mean, especially older guys, you know, who, and I don't want to say this the wrong way. So don't, I hope our audience
Are
doesn't
you
take
gonna
this the wrong
call
way.
are you gonna call us old?
No, I'm going to say not financially profitable.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so I mean, and I'm one of those people. I don't have the means to go out and spend $20,000 on a full live scope setup. with 16-inch screens. I cannot do that. I will not do that. That is not good for me. It's not good for my family. I am not that person. That being said, I'm sure there's other people like me who just love to get out and just fish and want to fish a tournament friendly competition, who has nothing but a boat and a paddle, rod and a catch board, that would come out and do that. No issues. But on the other hand, you're always going to have people like me who want the best of the best, and they're going to go out and fish the best of the best that they can afford.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
with something where it's, hey, we're not going to do motors. We're going to take it back a step. We're going to go back to old school paddle or pedal. I think there's a market for that. I really do.
Do you think that the brands would be excited?
I think some brands would, without calling out brand names, because that is the foundation of where they started. If that makes any sense,
Yeah,
whether
I
it's
mean, oh, two particular brands. I mean, one was built upon a pedal drive, and one was built upon performance. And
correct,
I think both those brands shined in that time, especially the one that was built upon the pedal drive. It
yeah,
it grew and blew up, and you know, it had a pretty good following, and it was sad when certain things left.
right,
But I do think that we've talked a lot about this all week long, and this is going to dive us down into another rabbit hole. Um, with AI and things losing their realness in the real world, I think people are going to want to crave. I think people eventually start to crave simpler things again. I just think that that'll be a cycle. People are going to get tired of the crap, if you will, and they're going to want something to hold on to, something that feels real.
yeah,
Um, wouldn't you think?
100%.
Yeah. I
Because
agree.
I'm there on certain levels already, and I told you both I will never bring politics into this podcast whatsoever.
It's good.
That
We
being
don't
said,
freaking hear it.
I am so sick of seeing all this political crap on my Facebook feeds, on every social media feeds, that I wish I could just undo every bit of, because I don't want to hear it no more. I'm burnt out on it. And it's not even stuff that I subscribe to, it's just local news, you
Yeah.
Right.
know? So, going back to answer, the question, it's like, how much AI can we initiate into fishing? Some people say not very much. I say it's already there and overloaded.
Well, we
Every
did an experiment.
Yeah,
You and I did an experiment the
we
other day,
did, and it proved it.
and
I mean,
yeah, to tell you folks at home, I posted the other day a video and a photo of myself on Facebook at a concert. Obviously, it was not me, and it had to do with AI and some of the different things. It was an interesting how the video came out. Kind of blew my mind. There's a couple things in that said video that it picked up that it should not have known. For example, for example, the very hat that I have on, it picked up that it was a New Era hat, and it had the New Era logo on the side. The information given to AI had there was no given that that was that hat, but it's got the New Era logo right down the side of my hat. And I thought that was pretty wild. But, I think that marketing and advertising, people aren't going to like that.
well,
It's just one of those things that I don't know. I just don't see people. I don't think some people will ever know the difference. I mean,
you're right.
I legitimately had
Well,
people ask me if I went to a concert, what concert I went to. They didn't read the post. They just seen the picture. It's like, oh, what concert did you go to?
Right.
Dude, what
So
what about asking AI about like, well, I'm going to Chickamauga on February 12th, and what's the best way to catch a
I'll
fish if I'm going to
thanks
this
for
certain?
steering me back in the right direction.
I'll let you talk about that one, Chad.
So steering me back in the right direction. Me and Brian's conversation the other day was we said, what would happen if you took a picture of a lake map, give it to AI, give it water temperature, time of year, hours throughout the day, and asked it where to go?
Oh, people are already
And it
doing it.
give it for
They've been doing it.
largemouth bass, and
Yep.
it brings it right up. It created a series of waypoints all throughout the lake, created a series of lures that you could use that should be able to catch fish on in those zones. And it was, it was a lake that Brian and I had neither one fished. And when you look at the lake map, and if we was to look at that map and pick out points as fishermen with knowledge, that's exactly where we would have picked out.
Yep, 100%. Because on that map, it gave 5 waypoints, and it showed in detail bass migration routes for that month for pre-spawn.
Mhm.
And like I was telling Chad, with the knowledge that I have and that he has, and Marcus, even that you have, if you're a seasoned
And the
fisherman
athletic ability.
and the athletic ability, you would normally fish those spots anyway. Okay. You might not know the exact route those fish migrate through, but if you look at the contour lines on a big map, on a topographical map, you would see that. Okay, these fish are going to migrate up through here. They're going to come up out of the deeper water. They're going to come up onto their spawning flats. This is where they're going to stage. This is where they're going to move back to spawn. This is where they're going to come back pre-spawn or post-spawn. And it literally told you every spot on this lake that we looked up, and it was pretty much dead on.
It panned out the routes. So will AI teach you about fishing?
I
1000%.
Very well.
1,000%. Yeah, and that's like we said. For somebody that's a novice or hasn't been fishing very long, and they're getting into that mindset of, I want to learn more. I want to learn how fish react. Yeah, man, it's gonna show you. Now, is it going to teach you or show you? It's going to show you. I
This
don't
should
think
have been
it's.
the whole show.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to teach you, because I don't really think you can be taught unless you're on the water doing it and having that kind of experience
No,
and
but
seeing firsthand, kind of thing.
but here's the thing. Okay, so let's just throw side scan and down scan out the window.
Okay.
Let's say that you've bought a boat or a kayak, whichever, and you have a transducer that is live scope. You're just going straight live scope. The way that I use live scope is I drop it down, and Marcus can verify. I sit there and I do nothing but this. I'm just doing this the whole time. And when I find something or see something, I stop, I look at it. If there's something there, I fish it. Um, so you could take that information given through AI. You could go take your Garmin, your Lowrance, your Hummingbird, whatever you've got. You could load in those series of waypoints before you ever even head out there, and you could blow through those spots so fast.
Mhm.
It wouldn't even be funny, because all you would have to do, you could literally follow that contour line, that route that it give you, and do nothing but pan. And when you found the fish,
Yep.
you're there.
100%. 100%.
Now, so with AI and fishing, this is a whole episode. We should have started here. Why did you let me start the other way? That was so dumb. Um, what does AI and fishing do to the no information rule on fishing
Hmm.
tournaments?
I guess it's
Because
all
you're
public, right?
not asking a person, you're not
Yeah.
asking a person, but you can ask it anything you want about any body of water, and it is going to pull up detailed information. And more you ask it, the more detailed you get, the more information it's going to feed you.
Yep, 100%. I think that's a very slippery slope.
Swiftly.
Slippery, and I hadn't been
Yep.
drinking. Slippery
Everybody
slope.
can do it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It's public, I guess.
but you know, where does that information originate from?
Mhm.
All the information's on the internet, I
Right,
guess.
from some
Yeah.
person putting data into the world.
All public
Yep.
information, right?
Well, you look at, I think Gemini is the perfect example because Google's been learning forever already. We know this.
Yeah.
Google's been learning before AI. It's, cookies and crap like that. It's always been there. But now that Gemini is there to plug into YouTube, everything that's been Googled and everything that's Google's learned over the years, that's pretty powerful when you think
Mhm.
about Gemini and what it can be.
And what it is. I mean,
Yeah. What's already here.
what
Yeah.
what it is. Um, I don't know. I personally have a lot of mixed feelings about it. I use it. I use it at work. I use it in my part-time job. I use it sitting here at the house. I use it a lot.
Damn.
It helps me do stuff that I normally would not be able to do, if that makes sense.
I
Have
don't
I
use any of it.
have I learned anything really from it? I learned how I don't know anything about computers. That's pretty much what I've learned. Um, but going back to the map thing, I personally didn't learn anything.
Sped up what you would have learned.
It's yes, but even when we were talking about self promotion and stuff like that, making banners and social media pictures for ourselves and stuff like that, commercials. Um, it does it really well. It does eye catching things that catch people's attention really quick, and as I'm living proof that any schmuck can do it.
Mm. So, what are you saying?
I am saying
What's your
it,
point?
I am saying that it's just like forward facing sonar.
Slippery.
It is something that we're going to have to get on board with, whether we like it or not, because
Yeah.
it is a part of our daily lives, whether we know it, whether we admit it, or whether we like it. It's not going away.
Yeah. I saw an AI commercial the other day, watched a movie, popped
Yep.
on the YouTube or whatever, and the first one.
And
I
whether
don't
it's
mess. I don't use it myself though, man. Like I just haven't. I don't. Man, it's sketchy
but
out.
but but that's the thing, you do and you don't know it. I
Yeah. Right.
guarantee
Oh
I
yeah.
guarantee you do and you don't know it.
If you have
Whether
a
it's
if you have a phone in your pocket, you're using it and you don't know it.
Yeah.
100%,
Point.
Yeah.
whether you're
Yeah.
scrolling through
Oh.
Facebook or you're looking something up on YouTube, it's
Yeah.
it's going through an AI generators.
I saw an AI TV the other day. It was supposed to AI enhance the colors and all the stuff.
Well,
So, do you think that there's room and there's a version coming that will be a AI based graph?
Hmm.
that's a good
That's
question.
weird.
I
AI
I
real.
I could see it.
Maybe it runs off Starlink.
Yeah, I mean I could see it happening.
Yeah.
It's no different than who was that guy there? Was that back in the spring, back in the summer that AI fish cheating with AI fish.
Oh, he
You
tried to.
remember that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
AI.
sucked at it.
Yeah, yeah, it was like bad. But um, I don't think even from go back to the Bronze Age of time. Technology is always going to advance, and I think we're on the beginning cusp of this AI thing that we know it, and there's a lot smarter people out there, at places like MIT and places like that that's doing things right now that we can't even fathom. And whether that gets preparatorial into companies like Garmin and Lowrance and Humminbird, buying AI code to make a new sonar per se. Yeah, I mean, I can see it. I can see it happening.
You wouldn't need a transducer if you were just using an AI graph, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it would essentially probably tie to
Tell
that.
you what the
Yeah,
transducer was actually
Actually
saying.
seeing. Yeah, it
Yeah,
might go, hey,
yeah,
dummy, there's a fish that looks
yeah,
like a
yeah,
bass.
yeah. It might be
Hey.
14.5 inches. You better throw your Ned rig at it.
Yeah.
yeah,
You never know.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
That's
that
what it's
that
gonna
is
do.
very well something that could happen. It could be that fish finder that teaches. They advertise
Yeah.
it as a teaching fish finder where it's,
mhm.
Yeah.
telling you these things as you go out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was it had the commercial here a while back? I want to say it was Humminbird, but I could be wrong. That like was it like made a scan of like the lake, and then it went
Yeah.
to a different photo of what was underneath the lake. I mean, who's to
Even
say you don't have something that can scan, let's say 100 yards or more at a time,
yeah.
and
Know what
show
you're
you, a
coming up on.
360. You're looking at 150, 200, 300 yards a scan at once. It's possible. You look at what's that? The ground penetrating radar, the LDAR, that they use to look through the ground and see, what basically like rock formations or what's buried underground. It's no different. I mean, we're doing it on water.
So we might as well have it. Forward
Yep.
facing sonar.
Yeah.
Let's get it over with.
And that's like I told you,
I'd love to
I'm
have it.
I'm not a fan of it, but if I was fishing professionally, I would use it. I'd have it. I'd
You'd
have to
have.
have it.
Yeah.
You have to have it.
I do appreciate being able to compete with people that do have it though, and not having it. You kind
Yeah.
of proves that you don't need it.
Yeah,
But
like when I beat
Oh,
Chad.
yeah, yeah.
yeah. That
But at
one
the same
time.
time, like eventually, you're gonna have to just do it.
Yeah.
But eventually, it'll be cheap enough to where you can actually do it and not feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing. I think it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere.
Right.
People are gonna use it. You might as well learn it. That's just kind of where I got with it. It's like I was on the fence. You're always on the fence with these things as they come out anyway, because it's like, oh yeah, there's gonna be a better transducer come. The transducer for the next generation next year is just gonna be better. I should just
Right.
wait.
Yeah.
And we all do it. We all wait. We all ponder it and look at it and stare at it. But I mean, since 2016 or whatever, this thing's been out there, and it just now became a big deal because a bunch of kids that we told that they needed to go fishing figured out how to use it.
Yeah.
Um, Hats off to them.
Badass.
But
Yep.
yeah, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to learn that
Yeah.
it's entertaining. The last tournament that Brian speaks about, the one where Brian beat me, um, I sat out there and watched crappie all day pretty much
Hmm.
after I broke my steering and just kind of watched different schools of fish and how they react. I get just as much enjoyment out of sitting there watching what they're doing
Right.
as
Yeah.
I do trying to catch them. And I think that's interesting from a biology standpoint, just to see what they do, how they move, where they go, how they react to the beam once the beam hits them,
Yeah.
has been an interesting thing too. Like once the beam comes across them, to see them go straight down to the bottom or split,
Yeah.
is very, very unique. And that's different types of fish that do that. Bluegill. I've seen them pretty much crush right to the bottom once they get hit with that sonar beam.
How close do you
Bass,
get before they feel it, you think?
oh, they feel it quick. I mean, the second the flashlight shines on them, I mean, they know that that beam's there. It's ticking. I mean,
What do you
when
got
you
yours
pull
set
that
at?
thing,
Usually like 60 feet or
so I'm right around 60 to 65 feet most of the time.
yeah.
That's a pretty solid pitch.
Yeah.
It's you can cast pretty hard and be away from it, but once you put it out to like 100 feet and different things like that, it kind of gets hard to see.
I'm
And
sure.
being in a kayak, we're moving so much that 60 feet is really pretty good,
Hmm.
um, because we do move so much. So you're constantly trying to adjust everything, your boat, that, and try
Right.
to catch fish at the same time and keep your lure in that strike zone.
Right.
But you know, it's all in the settings too. I mean, there's a lot of settings that
Oh man.
will not be discussed, that you've got to know to get this thing right. I mean, it's not, you don't just go buy it at Bass Pro and plug it in and it works.
Yeah.
There's no way. You're
People pay a
gonna
lot of
be
money to get their boats
Yeah.
set up to where that stuff runs like it's
Right.
supposed to.
get classes, go out with people pay
Right,
200 bucks
right.
to go out with somebody
Yeah.
for an afternoon just to learn how to set one up.
I've heard about pros being with other pros and being like, well, they touched my graph for 5 minutes and made it more clear than I'd ever seen it before, kind of
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
And those
Yeah,
are
and
like dudes on the Elite Series.
Mhm.
there's a lot to that, and
Yeah.
it makes a massive difference.
Yeah.
Um, but I think the thing is, yes, we're going to catch more fish, hands down. There's no way that we're not. It doesn't
Yeah.
concern me as much with bass fishing, and here's why. I don't believe with forward facing sonar and bass fishing, we're throwing them dudes back anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to catch them. Yes, they're going to get accustomed to it. Yes, the bass will adjust.
Hmm.
The concern that I have is panfish, crappie, bluegill, the things that the bass eat that the other dudes are out there trying to catch to take home to eat for themselves. You know,
Yeah.
if all of a sudden we're at a body of water and it's known for really good crappie fishing. Well, all of a sudden everybody starts showing up and they're wrecking a limit a day out, and they're catching bigger ones and they're just catching all the crappie.
Nope.
Will that not hurt the crappie herd? Or
I don't think crappie have too hard of a time reproducing. It seems like I don't know for sure, but it seemed like everything I'd heard about them is they're
but if
rabid
you've got
reproducing.
everybody that's fishing taking 10 a day,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who knows? I don't know.
get a couple dudes in a boat for a week,
It's
and they're
easy
getting their
to
limit.
wreck them. Every day they're
Yeah,
getting a limit, fill in the freezer.
yeah.
I wish we could use it more like that on Asian carp. A lot of
Dude,
way.
I'll tell you, we got into a little school of white bass last weekend. Woo! Those are some good eaters.
Um,
I had to take a couple of them suckers home. One almost hit 17 inches, 16 and 3/4.
They're fun fish. They just
A
are,
2.5 pounder on an A rig.
especially the big current dwellers.
Yeah, I caught one on a jerk bait. It was pretty fun. Caught some bass too, but we got into a little pocket of them whiteys. And live scope, man. I was watching them on live scope, but I was in the back of the boat, kind of creeping around, looking at the front.
But it's give you a direction. You had a direction on where you were throwing.
Oh yeah, dude, it was fun. I, mm,
I
I'd
I
I'd
don't
like to have it.
go. Going back to that question though, I personally don't think we're going to see that data per se
The
for
DNR will have.
in our lifetime for years.
Mm,
The big one of these things, and it'll come back and bite us in the butt. And
You take a lake like Boggs and you'll see that data pretty quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
smaller lakes like that, but you take like, Chick or Nickajack or, any of the, Hartwell or places like that, it's going to take a long time to see stuff like that. I think,
Yeah.
it's not like you're going to take Falcon Lake and get data in, next 20 years out of it, especially
Yeah.
if it's a government issue, it's going to take forever.
Yeah, but I
Right.
think like everything else, this is going to speed that data up maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I
Think-
mean, and that'll be something like we were just talking, something that'll be put into AI. That's boom, we're gonna have that data really quick.
Very possible. I mean, the krill reports, and they're you kind of wonder how accurate they are anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly, I still, and I'll show it to you. Hold on one second.
Oh boy, we've got data.
I still to this day use this book.
Oh wow, I
Okay.
got one somewhere
And you
around
don't
here.
get lost.
I don't get lost, and I'll show you. I can turn to
You
a
don't
Get
get
the
page
Omnia
here,
app.
and you take like here's Monroe. Okay.
You still got a paper
Mm.
map in your dash, don't
I
you?
still write in this book
You're out of your
where I've
mind.
caught fish,
A
what
wild
I
man.
caught them on, and everything. Now, if you went into a book like this and you seen the creel limits that are in this book, have they doubled? Have they tripled? Have they quadrupled?
The data's out there.
I
All you
mean,
got to do is go to the DNR website.
yeah. But what are they going off of?
Whatever that.
I'm not saying that they're falsifying documents by any means. Nothing like that. I'm just
Don't get them
saying,
all. Is all I'm saying.
and that goes back to another podcast, okay, which I like to watch. They were talking on one of their last shows. There's now, I can't remember the exact number, 27 different species of bass now. Because they can now break down the
All right.
DNA and say, okay, this is this strain of bass, this is this strain of bass, this is this strain of bass. And, George Perry's record is obliviated because it wasn't a real bass.
Bass After Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
love
love
that
bass
one,
after
dude.
dark. It's,
Me too.
it's
It's one of my favorites.
I love watching them guys.
Yeah,
Um,
one of
so
my favorites.
are we
Ken.
now breaking down that like like they were talking about?
Yeah, that sucks.
In that book, they're just saying largemouth bass, but is it a true largemouth bass? Is it a spot? Is it
Florida strain.
Florida strain? Is it
Yeah.
Mexican strain? What is it?
Cholo
Just
strain.
an
Yeah.
Indiana strain.
Indiana strain? Hoosier strain?
Yeah, I got a 6-pounder Hoosier strain.
It come out, it's a little messed up.
Got one eye.
One eye,
Messed up
boys.
jaw.
One eye.
Big.
Did you fellers see the mean mouth from Kentucky Lake a few weeks ago?
Oh yeah, you sent me that, didn't you?
I don't think I did.
Yeah.
The hog leg, wasn't it?
Oh, it was an epic fish, man. Actually trying to find it right now.
Was that a 6 something?
Yeah,
or...
went like 6 or something, didn't it?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, but
It was a
that
beauty.
goes back into like their conversation, that technically is considered an inbred fish.
Yeah.
You're not dealing with a pure strain of fish.
Look amongst yourselves. I'm finding
They
the
sure
photo.
are pretty.
Oh yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah.
I caught a small one time.
I caught one that I questioned, but I'm not sure if it was or not. It was
and,
like a
I mean,
14-incher, but man, it's pretty.
The only way I could tell mine was literally going off its jawline
Yeah, same.
and
I thought,
seen where it met up at.
yeah,
And, it, at first I thought I had, a smallmouth.
same.
I was like, oh, it's a nice smallmouth, but it's fighting awful hard. I was like, cool. And then I'm like looking at its jawline. I'm like, man, there ain't no way. Then you start seeing the markings underneath its
Hmm.
eyes coming back. And I'm like, nah, it looks like a mean mouth. And so I'm taking pictures of it and cross referencing and doing all that stuff. But yeah, it's like once in a lifetime catch, for some people
Yeah,
like me.
yeah.
Say, I'm getting there. You got to see this fish. It's incredible. We're doing some phone to download the yada
Oh,
yada.
sweet.
You do all the fun stuff, all the technical stuff.
That's what I do.
I'm lucky I got logged into this app.
Yeah, I'm pretty illiterate myself. Somehow, just never kept up, dude.
But you're an athlete.
Athletes
That's
don't
just
know
not.
computers, dude.
Bam.
I ain't no
Um,
nerd.
So smallmouth bass over here, and then there's the mean mouth. Look at that
yeah.
thing.
That is crazy. It's got a way bigger mouth.
Yeah, and see
Oh
the
yeah.
variation how it's lighter down there on the belly
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
compared to that smallie.
Jeez. You said that's
You
Kentucky
got
Lake?
the That's Kentucky Lake. That was so the USA Bass and tournaments are going out of Kinlake Marina.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So yeah,
Damn, really?
these dudes are going out of Kinlake, and so it's probably down that lower half somewhere.
Yeah.
Dang,
Did
dude,
they
that's
say what it
crazy.
weighed? Did you say?
I believe it was around 6.
Well,
Damn.
I
Man,
believe.
that area is really good.
Oh,
yeah.
it's
Now like we were talking. Now imagine something like that crossbreeding with that Florida strain they put in there a few years back.
Hmm.
mhm.
You know, 10 years, 15 years from now, what that fish would be like.
Oh,
I
it'd
mean,
be.
it could be a tank,
It'd be.
Yep. I mean, I hope Kentucky Lake just comes back to its original form
but is it
eventually.
overfished?
I mean,
Like
it was
a lot
probably
of
really
it.
overfished in 2000.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. If you think about these lakes, I think they get keen to think. I think the fish, just like anything else, I think they learn.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Just like we're learning AI. These fish are learning every
Yeah.
time we throw something at them. But man, like these lakes are so big on the Tennessee River, and if it only takes this short of span for one of these lakes to come back, I mean,
Yeah.
Hmm.
you're looking at what
20.
2018
Yeah.
was where the fall. I mean, I can't remember when. I think it was 18. Let's see when. Let's just type it into AI and see what we get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. AI will tell us.
I mean, 30-pound bags weren't too far, you know, too long ago.
Oh no, I've been down there watching old FLW tournaments and guys like Mark Rose and them pulling monster bags out of that place.
Hmm. Lambert, what's that? Right or something Lambert?
Lambert, yeah,
Um,
Ryan Lambert. That's what I'm asking it because that's like 2018. Okay, so yeah, 2018 was the year that Lambert caught the 100 pounds, and then that's when everybody left.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
they
That
were
ain't that
still
long
catching them.
ago.
No, that's really not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
less
and
than
It's
10 years. I mean, you're talking
it,
7 years.
it's
I
pretty
mean, obviously
consistent
it was
too.
going downhill a little bit
Yeah.
before, but You're looking at 7 years to fully rebound to what it is right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I
Man,
give
don't get me
a
wrong.
lot of credit to, and I take my hat off to a lot of those commercial fishermen down there for doing stuff like cleaning up that carp population.
Yeah.
I
Put a
forgot
pin in it.
last time I was on Kentucky's Fish and Wildlife page how many tons and tons and tons of fish they've pulled out of that place. And those guys and girls, they have really done something down there. I think if people would have listened to the fishermen ahead of time, it wouldn't have been as bad. But, we live in hindsight every day.
I guess we could ask this question too. Do you think that those? I mean, obviously those carp are in. They're all the way to Nashville by now.
Oh,
Or not Nashville.
Easily, right?
Whatever, Knoxville.
Knoxville.
So, I mean, obviously there was the main explosion was on Kentucky Lake, but do you think down the line these other lakes explode, or do you think they're already maybe ahead of it? I know Tennessee isn't hitting it as hard as Kentucky did, or they're working together, but Kentucky seems like they're maybe putting a little bit more into it.
I think, and again, I don't want to talk ill of nobody. I'm not going to do that. But
Just tell me
Kentucky,
what you really think.
you know as well as I do, Kentucky Lake, especially, and I'm going to call them out, Marshall County, has a great tourism board. And those guys go above and beyond to get
Way above.
tourist dollars into that county.
They do.
And I mean, is other counties further south doing the same?
No,
No.
I can tell you no.
No.
But I mean, and to the credit of Marshall County, and I can't speak on this a lot. I mean, they seen what they needed to do to bring people back. They're doing that. They've created the town and the areas around that part have started to do other things to give people other things to do,
Mhm.
whether they're besides fishing, which I think is huge.
Yeah.
They've stayed very invested. They're excited that fishermen are coming back,
Yeah.
and it's good to see their excitement. They're grateful. They're very grateful.
Oh,
The
yeah.
people in the community are grateful. I mean, it's nuts how grateful everybody is. They're excited to see you when you pull up to get a cup of coffee in the dead of winter. They're like, "Oh, you came back just for coffee?" Yeah, I did.
All right.
I drove 3.5 hours just to get to your coffee shop. Now make it.
Hey,
It's
you
not the
laugh,
dumbest
but
thing I've ever done.
we have drove 3.5 hours just to go eat down there at restaurants and
Well, yeah.
they
Take a
know.
little trip.
I just come back from driving 3.5 hours to get a cup of coffee down there.
Right.
No lie. I mean, just did it.
That's
Like
wild.
at the first of the year. Huh? It wasn't wild. It was great. It was great
Wow,
coffee.
boy.
Hey, get the right cold brew. You know how it is, my friend.
Hey, I love some
There's
cold
really
brew,
good
dude.
cold brew and there's really crappy cold brew.
Yeah.
Some people think iced coffee is cold brew, and they
That's
are
what I was going to say, dude. They try and
really
pass that crap
wrong.
off, dude. You're out of your mind.
There ain't nothing makes me madder than somebody gives me iced coffee.
I'll just set it back down on the table and walk away.
Guaranteed.
I ain't
Every
drinking
time.
that crap. I ain't
It's like
drinking that crap.
sugar milk.
Sugar milk,
Sugar
dude.
milk. We drink it black, bud.
Oh, I do too. That's what I'm saying. It's like, when I think of iced coffee, it's like sugar milk with a little bit of snuff water, put in top of it. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
good.
Well, when you drink coffee with Marcus and you drink cold brew with Marcus, and myself, because I've learned from Marcus, it kind of looks like if you took a can of Skull, about 18 cans of Skull, and you dumped them in a container. That's about how Marcus makes cold brew, and that's about how
Yeah.
I've learned how to make it.
Yep. I do a pound per gallon.
Pound per gallon.
Pound of beans for a gallon of water. It's a good
Give it about
ratio.
12. Give it about 12 hours. Let it soak.
12 to 24, anywhere in between
I
there,
would
you're
probably
good.
like that because I mean I like my coffee dark and about the consistency of bilge water. So
I usually get like a medium roast.
yeah,
That's my favorite. You get a dark roast, it's a little gross. You get like a medium or a light and do that. Whew, you're good. There's more caffeine in a lighter roast.
Mhm.
I don't know if you know
Yeah,
most,
light roast. Light roast is the highest potency of coffee
yeah, yeah.
from my previous coffee studies and
Oh yeah, I
analysis.
forgot. Oh man,
I miss
forgot
that.
about the old
Yep.
coffee, man.
Did I tell you I tried to buy that back?
Really.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I tried to buy that adventure back. He wouldn't
They
sell it
said,
back to me.
well, it's probably better off, dude. You only got 72 things on your plate.
I just need one more.
Yeah, dude. Take me.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find something.
Probably gonna have
Put me
to.
on the plate, dude.
Probably gonna have to. I might adopt. I need a tax write-off. No,
Dude, yeah, let me use your truck.
use it. I'll go buy another one. But where'd we go? How'd we
Yeah.
get here?
Hey, that's the thing about the show. You never know where we're going to end up.
Yeah, dude. I hope we end up at the frickin' Tennessee River together one of these friggin' days, because I haven't fished with Brian in 10 years.
Yeah.
I've only been fishing for 12 years, probably.
Well, I definitely say there'd be a meet and greet down at Kentucky Lake here before too long.
Dude, we need to do an
Um,
in-person podcast, all three of us in the same room.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
stay at the
Yeah.
village.
Yep. Have a couple brew dogs.
Who
Proud of
was
me.
with us when we stayed in that cabin down there? Was Marcus wasn't with us, was he?
No, I never stay with
I
you
can't
anywhere.
remember who was with
Not
us.
done there. It was
There was
me and you and somebody else. I can't
three
remember.
or four of us that time. I can't remember.
What lake was it?
I showed up late.
That was at Kentucky. Yeah,
Oh shoot, yeah.
we got a cabin.
What was I doing?
I,
Why was I there? I didn't
we were
fit.
fishing a tournament, but you wasn't fishing the tournament.
No, but why was I there?
I don't remember.
Moral
I
support.
don't either.
No,
No, it wasn't even that.
you
I
might
don't
have
even
been
think I had a boat.
schmoozing
Was I
the
there?
big dogs or something. I don't know.
I must have been. I think was I doing something with Jackson at Kentucky Lake Outdoors?
It probably was the old
Could have been.
Kentucky Lake Outdoors. Yeah,
Yeah, back when it was
Yep.
actually in Calvert City.
yeah, when it was good.
R.I.P.
Yeah, they're still there. They just moved further. They just keep moving further down the road towards Ken Lake Marina.
Yeah,
Man, that's a good area.
They've moved. They've moved away from that really nice building that we were at, Marcus.
That was a nice house building.
They abandoned it. It's completely empty. That building's just sitting there, and they built another brand new building that size, like a few
That's
miles down the road
Really?
behind Marina. Yeah.
Oh, silly.
Mm.
So
I had a good
that's
pizza.
it.
I've had good cheeseburgers at that Ken Lake Marina. Y'all should go.
Yeah.
Big,
There's a
big
lot of
fan
places
of
like that I like to stop at.
That campground is awesome too, man. I like it a lot. I want to go
You
back
know where
right now.
you know where we should do this podcast, Marcus. You know where we
Where?
should just go set up and do this at the damn brew
That
house.
damn brew house. They'd be so psyched on it too. We could get them to talk to us. They
Oh,
they
I
knew
talked
they
about her
knew
a bit.
the owners and the dude that uh brewed all the beers and stuff knew about
Yeah.
the place I used to work at down here in Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
They'd
It,
been to Holy Grail before.
Sweet.
it's quite the establishment. They know
They're cool, man.
they've pretty well got my order down when I walk in at this point.
Yeah,
It's really
they
pretty
got your
sad.
back. They remember you.
That's awesome.
They do. Well, when you spend $80 every trip you're in there, they kind of tend to remember your face.
All right.
Yeah, there ain't a whole lot of those around.
No.
They've got
But
a select. What was going down that one time we went in? You remember the people were all
we
dressed
played
up?
trivia. Oh, it
No,
was like a Halloween party
it wasn't even
or a
Halloween though.
Renaissance fair. It was like a
It was
Renaissance fair.
somebody's like birthday or something. They were all dressed up in weird costumes for it, dude.
Renaissance stuff.
Dude,
It
it
was
was
great.
crazy.
Me and Jason Cassidy got our butts kicked at trivia down there one night. Like I am way too dumb to play trivia. Like
Dude,
that side of knowledge did not land on me.
me and Ashley, we played trivia before with some of our friends, out at bars and places like that. And like, I love doing it, and I think I'm really good at it. But usually, when it comes back and when they start checking answers, I like really screwed everything up. And it's like, oh my gosh,
Alex says we need to look into Ethiopian coffee.
Ethiopian Yirgacheffe.
There you go.
Alex would know.
Yeah,
He's a guru on stuff like that too. And
yeah,
So
I
you're
remember that.
good
it's
coffee.
probably
Hope,
something that gets like really messed up in the head chemically.
well, I hope he spells that for me. Tell him to spell Yirgacheffe.
That's my boy.
Let's
No, that's
plan it.
good
Let's
though.
plan a trip. We'll folks at home, we promise we'll eventually get a little bit more organized as we go through this. And it's still gonna have a little bit of ADHD as we play along with
Yeah,
this whole podcast thing because
yeah,
that's just how our minds work. If you can imagine driving down the road with any of us in the truck, this is kind of where the conversations lead. They start at point X and end at point A. And
yeah.
I do mean X to A because it's usually backwards,
Yeah.
much like it was tonight.
Dude, can we have
But
a
we
guest
appreciate
on sometime?
Yeah, we can have any here. We can bring your
Yeah,
mom.
we can do whatever
I
we
don't
want,
care.
dude. Let's just
Bring your
invite
mom.
some random person. Let's get oh man, sorry, I can't even think of his name now. And now I feel
We can get
stupid
an
for even bringing it
MMA
up.
fighter if you want to. I don't even
No,
care. Like,
who who's the swim bait guy we used to travel with?
oh, Polk, Kyle,
Let's get him
Scooter
on,
from the
dude.
Muppets,
Let's get Scooter on.
Scooter.
Scooter,
Let's see what he
Scooter
thinks about the transition from afar.
from afar. He's definitely afar.
From a
But
backseat driver.
well, we didn't talk about baseball tonight, and that's okay. I'm still hurt.
Well, it's
So,
fucking cold out, dude.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody hitting dingers. Let's talk about.
ain't
I don't
nobody.
even,
I want to catch dingers and I want to hit dingers.
dude. I want to just shoot some hoops too. That's
Yeah.
what's in my mind. I've been watching a lot of good basketball. So
Did you watch that
How you
Kentucky
like
game last night?
I just never watch any basketball. I watch highlights in the morning.
That's crazy.
But does Kentucky have
How
a
you
good
like
squad?
No, not really. I mean,
Ah, dang.
they're trying hard. They're rebuilding, but
Yeah.
you got all the NIL stuff going on. It's hard to, guys are going to go where the money's at.
I would too.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
if Mark Cuban can spend enough money to get the NCAA to let the Indiana Hoosiers go to the college football championship, I mean, we're in a different
dude.
world because that
How
2 years ago was the worst freaking football program on the face of the earth.
how badass is that though, dude?
It's not.
That
It's terrible.
that's pretty cool.
No, it's terrible. Don't
Why?
like it. I'm not an IU guy. I despise. That'd be like me liking the New York Yankees. It just ain't gonna happen. I just can't.
I just like any local club doing well. It could be Purdue, it could be IUS, it could be freaking Wildcats, it could be the Cardinals. I don't care if they're close. I'm psyched on them.
Yeah,
But
not IU
I
though.
mean,
That's
Cubs
just
too,
not.
White Sox. I
Oh,
don't care.
no. Stop. We ain't talking about the Cubs.
Hey
No, not
man,
today. We can't talk about the Cubs right now.
hey dude.
That's
Sorry,
a
I'm a
whole
Ryan
nother,
Sandberg fan.
that's a whole
My
nother
bad.
episode on how bad we hate the Cubs.
It's Ryan Sandberg was my guy. My bad.
Yeah,
That's
1982.
I liked the Cubs up until the other day, but I no longer like them. So
what
I
happened.
switched. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about
I don't pay attention.
we lost a good player out there to the damn Cubbies.
Oh shoot!
Almost made it the whole episode without cussing, and then I just waited till like right here to
I
the
know,
Marcus had
dude.
to bring up the Cubs.
Yeah, dude.
bring up
I
the
like Frank
Cubs.
Thomas a lot when I was a kid too, on the old White Sox. So I apologize about that as well.
No, don't apologize for that. He was a ball player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
93.
Hideo Nomo.
Bless you.
That'll be all. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Good night.
Good night, fellas.